Friday, June 6th, 2003, 4 p.m. 9-year-old Jeanette Tamayo steps off her school bus and walks with a friend for a few blocks before they split off down their respective streets. Janette is wearing black pants and a green shirt. She's in 4th grade, 4'11", black hair with blonde highlights. Mexican-American, bright, sweet, English-speaking, unlike her parents. The Tamayos are new to the 5900 block of South Wind Drive, a quiet San Jose cul-de-sac. Safe enough? Or so they thought. Janette, a striking little girl, is in high spirit. Summer break is approaching, striking, spirit, words waiting around the corner to be twisted into something nefarious. Because Janette is being watched as she approaches her front door at the bulb of that dead-end street. She sees the front screen door open to her home. That could be concerning, but not for a child. A kid sees an open door and thinks, Mom maybe came home early. She slips inside, swinging the screen door shut behind her. I'm home. No answer. Just the indifference of an empty house. She heads to her bedroom and immediately notices glass on the floor. Her window has been smashed in. Afraid now, the 9-year-old runs to the landline. This is 2003. Janette starts dialing her mother before the receiver reaches her ear. No dial tone. The only line that's up is the one her predator is pulling from outside. Then she sees it, a shadow crossing the light beyond the front door. Her brother? No. When the figure fully blocks out the sun, she sees the wild eyes of a stranger who knows her. He'd been stalking the little girl ever since he saw her playing with his nieces weeks earlier. A neighbor's security camera caught his tan sedan parked outside the home for half an hour before this moment. Now the opportunity he'd been waiting for is in front of him. Janette runs to shut the front door, but he forces his way in. He snaps the door closed behind him, muffling her screams to the street, and carries Janette to her brother's bedroom where he brutally assaults her. When he's done, he handcuffs Janette, ties her legs with rope, and drags the 9-year-old into the attached garage. His tan Nissan waits with the back door open. He shoves the girl inside. There's a large box back there, a container he intends to force her into, but he's interrupted by the sound of a car pulling into the driveway. He lifts the garage door a few feet to peek out. Janette then screams. Outside, her mother has just returned home from work. She's picked up 15-year-old Paul, Janette's brother, along the way. Paul hears the scream and doesn't hesitate as his mother runs into the house. Paul dives under the garage door before the attacker can slam it shut. Inside is a man he's never seen, standing in front of a junky car wherein his sister is cuffed in the back seat, screaming. The teenager grabs a screwdriver off the workbench and charges. The intruder disarms the boy instantly, then beats on him savagely. The assault, like the more heinous one just perpetrated, is emotionless, cold, mechanical. Inside the house, Rosalia, the mother, calls out to her children. The intruder drags Paul inside, where Mother Rosalia tries desperately to protect her son. The struggle is chaotic, fast, and desperate. 15-year-old Paul manages to escape to the kitchen, grabs a frying pan, and returns, swinging it. A heroic moment, a hopeless one. The attacker takes the frying pan and beats both Paul and his mother over the head with it, fracturing skulls and leaving both mother and son in pools of blood. He heads back to the garage, climbs into his car with Janette in it, throws the garage door open, and peels out, swerving around the vehicle in the driveway and plowing through a neighbor's bushes as he escapes the cul-de-sac. 9-year-old Janette begs to know if her family is alive. The kidnapper says nothing, just steers, sneers, dead-eyed, towards Janette through the rearview mirror. Then, as she continues to struggle and scream, he stabs her twice with the screwdriver, ordering her down into the box. The 9-year-old turns around before complying, seeing her brother and mother running out into the street, chasing after. The ride is short, and Janette will remember every twist and turn of it. He carries her into a small 2-story white house, throws the 9-year-old onto a bed, unties her legs, and assaults her again and again. Through the night, the assaults continue. Between attacks, he handcuffs her to the shower head, turns on the water, and leaves Janette there. She has time to think in these moments and is thankful for them. The next morning, Janette wakes up to her attacker sitting beside her watching television. News of Jeanette Tamayo's kidnapping is everywhere. Her cousin speaks directly into the camera to the kidnapped 9-year-old, who by most markers is doomed. She tells Janette to stay strong. That's when the little girl hatches a plan. She decides she won't just survive, she'll manipulate her captor into releasing her. She recalls the crime shows she'd watched with her family, CSI, Law and Order. She remembers what they've told her, that she needs to humanize herself in such a situation. The next time he looks at her, instead of shrinking away, she smiles and softly asks his name. He gives it, David, an alias. His real name is Enrique Sosa Alvarez, 24 years old. He softens slightly as Janette continues speaking sweetly to him, treating him like a person despite his subhuman acts. She then fakes illness, saying she has asthma and needs medication, or she'll die. Still, he continues to assault her, but less violently now, less frenzied. At night, when Janette's too still, he pokes her with the screwdriver to make sure she's still alive. He whispers to her, to himself, about his concern that she will die. The seed of doubt has been planted. Should he kill her or let her go before she dies naturally? On day 2, he finally trusts her enough to leave the room briefly to get her a drink. Janette uses those seconds to collect her underwear from the floor, stained with his DNA, and hide them in her pocket. She also tests the handcuffs and discovers they are cheap fakes she can manipulate. That night, he asks if she wants pizza. To build trust, he has her order Little Caesars from his cell phone. He tells her his number when the employee asks. He gives the address too. Janette memorizes both. When the pizza arrives, the driver hands over the food and a missing poster. Jeanette Tamayo's face is on it. The driver tells the kidnapper that San Jose is on high alert. Helicopters, patrols, community search. Everyone is looking for this little girl. Everyone. The kidnapper returns upstairs, shows Janette the poster, and tells her he may have to get rid of her that night. While he's in the bathroom, she stuffs random objects with evidentiary value into the pizza box and hides it under the bed. He comes back with dead eyes, straddles the girl, presses a pillow over her face, and tries to suffocate her. But he can't. He stops halfway through. He's breathing hard, as is 9-year-old Janette as she's released. Emotionless is a word that no longer describes him. Janette has succeeded in transitioning from object to human, to little girl in her kidnapper's mind. Frustrated, he handcuffs her in the shower, turns on the water to wash away evidence, and paces downstairs. A loud knock at the front door interrupts whatever he's planning. He returns to the shower, clamps a hand over Janette's mouth until the knocking stops. This turns out not to be police, but he's concerned it is. So he orders Janette dressed, walks her to the garage, puts her in the car, and drives out into the night. Janette memorizes every turn once again, every stoplight, every landmark, not knowing if she's being taken to be killed or freed. Finally, he stops at a liquor store downtown, removes the cuffs, and says, "I'm letting you go. If you ever tell anyone who I am or what I did, I'll come back and kill your family, and then I'll kill you." Janette nods, silent, smart. The Nissan speeds away. The 9-year-old, whose face has been plastered across San Jose for 3 days, rushes into the store. The clerk recognizes her instantly and hands her the phone. She shakes. The clerk then calls 911 for her. Janette has survived. And when the woman police officer comes to ask her what she needs, how she can help, Janette says, "How about I help you? I have memorized the man's phone number, his address." She still has the underwear in her pocket containing his DNA. She tells detectives she can lead them to the house. They drive. The 9-year-old retraces the route flawlessly, right to the white 2-story home. Police break down the door. They find the room, exactly as she described. The shower, the bed, the pizza box under the frame of it. But no attacker. He's hiding in the attic. K9 units drag him out screaming. Enrique Sosa Alvarez, alias David Montiel Cruz, is arrested and eventually sentenced to 100 years in prison. After Jeanette Tamayo personally asked the judge to make sure he never walks free again. The brave little girl. She reunites with her mother and brother. Her mother is so battered by the frying pan that Janette doesn't recognize her at first. She frets over her mother's condition as kisses rain down on her. It takes 6 years of therapy before Jeanette Tamayo can function in society again. Crowds frighten her, men especially. She stays close to her mother, her brother. Years later, she expresses that she wants to become a police officer, maybe a detective, like the woman who first reached her at the liquor store. As for Enrique Sosa Alvarez, his defense argued diminished capacity, an idiot defense, some call it, claiming he wasn't fully responsible for his own brutality. Thankfully, the court disagreed. If being a fool were all it took to excuse evil, then the world would be run by excuses, by those who we often dismiss with one word: idiot. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to listen, check out my podcast, Dark Topic. My name is Jack Luna. For exclusive content, visit patreon.com/darktopic. Until next time, keep those eyes cocked, those doors locked, and stay paranoid.